How's it going, students? And welcome to today's exciting, right? U.S. history lesson. I hope all of you are out there doing well. For those of you who are at home, hey, welcome. Hope everything's going okay. Hope everyone's feeling well. And most important, I hope we're together sooner than later. So today, we're going to kind of dive into a little bit of what we started learning about late last week. Okay. Remember, we learned about a lot of good things about Andrew Jackson, but now starting today, we're going to learn about some of the events that he participated in that he was accused of being a little bit immoral, a little bit unethical. So today we'll learn about the Indian Removal Act and the Trail of Tears. So without further ado, let's get started. And again, I hope everyone's doing well out there. Let's get going. All right, y'all. Nope, I want to end it. All right. I'm going to move this up here so it's not in your way. All right. The Age of Jackson. Okay. Only got a couple more days left in this unit, so pay attention. Let's get this thing rolling. All right. So as we go into it, hey, I want you guys to utilize these questions to guide your note taking. Okay. First one being, why did Jackson in Georgia want to remove Native Americans from their land? Again, why did Jackson and Georgia, hey, Jackson being Andrew Jackson, why did President Andrew Jackson and Georgia want to remove Native Americans from their land? And secondly, why did some historians believe that Jackson should be impeached? Okay, impeached means being taken out of office or being relieved of his responsibility as president after the Cherokee were removed from their land. So use these two questions to guide your note taking. The second one I'll touch on a little bit more as we jump into it. Okay. Hey, remember Jackson was considered one of the common man, right? But the Indian Removal Act all began because the common man, including Andrew Jackson, wanted to utilize this territory for farming and also to potentially find gold. Okay, now remember, America was very new at this time. Okay, it was a very young country. We needed to grow our economy. Okay, we needed to start developing and establishing ourselves. Okay, this land, in the eyes of President Andrew Jackson, was untapped. Okay, untapped meaning there was a lot of resources there that the United States of America could have used to continue developing itself, to continue growing our nation. However, there were Native Americans living there. So President Andrew Jackson came up with the idea of, if we put in an act that forces the Native Americans to move, it'll give us, the United States, the opportunity to attain this territory, use it for farming purposes, and to find gold. Now, is that right or wrong? That's neither here nor there. It happened, and unfortunately, like I tell you guys, history is somewhat difficult to understand at times. Some people say that President Jackson did it under the best of interest. They said that he provided the Native Americans a nice, easy way to move out west. However, none of us were there, so it's hard to tell. But in 1830, Andrew Jackson passed what is known as the Indian Removal Act. Okay. However, in a court case, okay, remember we've learned about some court cases, but Worcester versus Georgia, okay, that's a very, very important one. And this kind of leads in to the second question, so that we refer to as guiding our note taking. Okay, so we know that the common man and Andrew Jackson, they wanted to utilize the Native American land for farming purposes as well as trying to find some gold, right? However, the second question starts popping up here when Worcester versus Georgia. Okay, John Marshall ruled that Georgia did not have the right to remove the Cherokee Indians from their land. However, even though the Supreme Court ruled in this case, Andrew Jackson still forcibly removed the Cherokee Indians from their land. So the second question asks, why did people want to impeach Andrew Jackson? Okay. And the reason being that they felt like he misused his power. Okay. Based off, hey, remember we learned about the constitutional principles. The two main ones that kind of go into this idea is checks and balances, and separation of powers. Okay, so by Andrew Jackson forcibly removing the Native Americans, even though the Supreme Court had ruled that this was unlawful, okay, that put him up for grounds for impeachment. So again, Native American Removal Act happened because we wanted to find gold and utilize the land for farming purposes. And Andrew Jackson got himself into some trouble because even though the Supreme Court ruled that this was unlawful, he still did it. So you see here, you got the farming purposes, little graphic for you guys. Ooh, look at that. They had to force him to move out west. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate. But again, history has teeth. It's kind of tough to really understand sometimes, but it is what it is. And we're here to learn it and get better from it. All right, let's keep rolling, y'all. All right, so the next one, okay, I want these two questions to guide your note taking for the next one. Actually, hey, if you're taking this in class, okay, go ahead and pause the video. Okay, you can download I got the presentation down below. Hey, take a second, make sure you take good notes. Okay, so if you have to go back and take good notes on this slide, make sure you do that. Okay, get those notes. They're very, very useful. You guys know that. All right, for the next one, where were the Native Americans forced to relocate to? Okay, use this to guide your note taking. Where were the Native Americans forced to relocate to? And secondly, why do the Cherokee call their migration to the Indian Territory the Trail of Tears? Okay, let's find out. All right, so the Trail of Tears. Okay, I think we've all heard about this. This was the migration that the Native Americans were forced and susceptible to after they were forcibly kicked off their land due to the common man, as well as everyone under President Andrew Jackson wanting to use their land for farming purposes, right? And to find gold. So natives were forced to move from their Indian territory, now in Oklahoma, during the fall and winter. Okay, how difficult must that have been? Okay, during the fall and winter months, cold, lack of food, lack of resources. Remember, we learned last week how there was a lack of leadership. Okay, yet they were forced to do it. Otherwise, they were put to death. As a result of the conditions, 16,000 Cherokee Indians passed away, unfortunately. Consider that 1/4 of the 16,000 died. Okay, 1/4 of the 16,000, not 16,000 died, 1/4 of the 16,000. So if our math is correct, hey, 1/4 of 16,000, 4,000 people from the Cherokee tribe unfortunately passed away. And this migration ended up becoming called the Trail of Tears. Okay, so now you can imagine, okay, it's called the Trail of Tears because it was very difficult. A lot of people were put into very difficult situations. They struggled, they suffered, and I'm certain that due to the deaths, due to the poverty, due to the starvation, due to the thirst, all these different unfortunate events that they had to withstand and go through. Okay, hence the name Trail of Tears became known as today. And then also, one thing they asked us, right? They ended up settling in what is now Oklahoma. Okay, so if you need to pause it, take a second. Okay, take some good notes. And that does it for today. Okay, y'all. So I hope you enjoyed today's history lesson. We learned about the Indian Removal Act. Okay, President Andrew Jackson and the common man wanted to utilize their land for farming purposes, as well as trying to find some gold. Worcester versus Georgia said you cannot remove the Cherokee Indians from their land, the state of Georgia. However, President Jackson still did it, got him into some trouble, and he put him up for grounds for impeachment. Okay, next we learned about the Trail of Tears, which had to do with the Cherokee and the Native American tribes being forced to move west, settling in what is now Oklahoma, where 1/4 of the 16,000 ended up passing away. And this is now known as the Trail of Tears due to the travesties that occurred along the way. So, hey, keep working hard. I hope everyone's staying healthy. Keep your head up, stay positive, stay determined, stay working hard. And I look forward to the day to we're all together again in person. See y'all.